We begin tonight with more on a newly filed notice of claim against Arizona's Department of Child Safety. For the first time, we're hearing from the attorney representing a 12-year-old boy who witnessed his brother's murder. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Caribe Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. Both children were the victims of extreme abuse at the hands of their grandmother and her boyfriend, who are now facing the death penalty. But in a new filing this week, DCS is accused of allowing the abuse to continue despite multiple reports.
12 News journalist Bianca Bono is joining us live in the newsroom. And Bianca, what happened in this case?
Well, this is a case we covered extensively back in January of 2020. It happened in Scottsdale. 11-year-old Chaska Davis was beaten and drowned while his younger brother was forced to watch. This notice of claim says at least 5 reports alleging abuse were made to DCS, but the department failed to act. It's been 3 years since Chaska Davis was killed inside this Scottsdale hotel after investigators say the 11-year-old boy was the victim of sustained abuse and torture. So was his younger brother, who witnessed his murder.
What he went through is it's horrifying.
Attorney Matt Boatman is now representing that surviving boy. Boatman has filed a $60 million notice of claim on the boy's behalf against the Department of Child Safety, which he alleges had several opportunities to rescue the children from their abusers.
I just think there's something wrong with the system.
The 62-page claim lays out at least 5 calls allegedly made to DCS. Chaska and his brother were living with their grandma, Stephanie Davis, and her boyfriend, Thomas DeSharnis.
She didn't have custody of these kids. She lied about that.
In 2017, Chaska's school called DCS reporting alleged abuse. Immediately following, the children were pulled from that school and moved to a different one, where again, staff called DCS.
When 2 different schools within a span of 2 or 3 months are calling you and reporting abuse, that should raise red flags in your mind.
A third call to DCS was made in 2017. Eventually, Davis and DeSharnis pulled the kids out of school altogether and moved them into a Scottsdale hotel. The claim says an employee there made 2 reports to DCS after witnessing the children with injuries and being forced to panhandle. Boatman says the abuse only became more severe from there.
The boys were made to sleep in bathtubs because it was easier to clean up the blood after Stephanie would cut them.
And on January 30th, 2022, it became too much for Chaska, who died from his injuries. His younger brother called 911. In a statement posted shortly after Chaska's death, DCS claimed the department had received 3 reports alleging the children were being physically abused. In all 3 cases, DCS deemed the allegations unsubstantiated.
If the dots had been connected, these boys could have been saved.
Boatman says the surviving child has cognitive delays and life-altering physical and emotional injuries. Boatman firmly believes Chaska's death and much of what his brother has experienced was preventable. Now, asking DCS to pay, hoping this case will serve as a wake-up call and lead to change.
I don't think the people working there are bad people. I think their intentions are right and they have good hearts. But what I will say is it's time for child welfare reform.
And the Maricopa County Attorney's Office says it will be seeking the death penalty against both Davis and DeSharnis. Now, following his arrest in this case, DeSharnis is accused of murdering his cellmate at the Lower Buckeye Jail. We're live in the newsroom tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks.